We left off where I'm starting out making minimum wage, working as a hair assistant, in essence, sweeping floors and cleaning the salon, while also trying to get my image consulting and color analysis practice off the ground. In this video, I'm going to cover off the first 2 to 3 years working in that scenario and move this story along. My hair is wet in this video just because my schedule today, I decided to record my hair wet. I have a notebook here where I'm just going to refer to keep me on track. If this video seems choppy, it's because my writing isn't exactly neat. I'm going to fill in the gap of a major part that I skipped in the last part of this. So to recap, I needed to start making money in November because I was living off of my savings, and at some point they were going to run dry. And so while I was taking my hair and image consulting training, I was getting a business trying to get it off the ground. And one of the teachers of the George Brown College program was Joshua Zuchter. I have his permission to share his name with all of you because he has been instrumental in my journey since the George Brown College program. And in that program, so an image consultant and color analysis professional is an entrepreneur. And so it's an important aspect of that program to teach you personal development skills to align with being an entrepreneur. And Joshua Zuchter is a business and life coach who ran that class. And during that class, I kept hearing this voice, Carol, you need to hire him. You need to hire him. And I didn't have a lot of money because I was living off my savings, but I followed through with that. And I hired him, I think it was like May of that year, and it was the best decision ever. And I still work with him to this day because he's been so instrumental in this journey development. Let's reword that and call it journey expansion. And so, okay, I'm referring to my notes again. So, he coached me to set up a business while I was doing the training. I got branding done, like my logo. My friend did my logo for free because she was so kind. I got business cards. I found one of my old business cards. I had photos of myself done for my website that I was coding. Here's my old business card, and here's the logo too on it and what have you. And it says Carol Braley, image consultant and hair professional. And so there it is. So by the time November rolled around, I had everything ready to go to launch. You'll hear more likely about Joshua throughout this journey. We'll also add during the George Brown College program, that's how I was first introduced to Karen Brunger. And then I saw Karen again when I did the in-person color analysis mastery training program with her. And she said something during that program that really makes me still warm and fuzzy to this day. She said something like, Carol gets it, which was very different to what the hair teacher had told me, saying, I don't see your drive in this field. That wise hair teacher knew hair wasn't my passion, and somehow Karen's light bulb went off and said, Carol gets it, and I knew it was my passion. And how was I going to make it happen, though? And to recap again, nobody was hot about color analysis back then, or not in my circles anyway. So I had to sort of create an industry almost and create interest and buzz around color analysis. In November of every year, there's one day, and I think it's November 22nd. I haven't thought about it in a long while, where it's International Image Consultants Day, declared by the Association of Image Consultants International. And I took that opportunity when I was first starting out Studio Fontana to not work that day as a hair assistant, but set up a station with the permission of the owner, Francesco Fontana, to run mini color analysis sessions where I offered a discount after the program, or sorry, the sessions, where I gave people a full color analysis and style and then took them shopping. It was really a cheap discount just to kick things off so I could have my first paying clients. And again, because I went to hair school and I had practiced on, I'm going to say over 100 people, I was launching with my training and what have you, experience and practical experience already in place. So I had confidence when I launched in November. But again, when you first launch, you usually launch at a lower pricing because you want to reel people in. Those free 15-minute mini color analysis sessions brought about my first set of clients who took me up on the discounted package offer where I was doing the full color analysis, style, and shopping experience after that. And it was those first few clients where I learned so much on the ground about what I liked and didn't like about the image consulting field. And again, color analysis was always what I was hot on. My work with Joshua always encouraged me to focus on the law of attraction, which I did. And my focus in that was always trying to develop something in the color analysis umbrella in parallel to hair, because part of me inside was like, hair's the safe, stable route. There's jobs in hair. In parallel to me on the ground working as a hair assistant and taking in color and style clients, I realized that because there wasn't much competition in Toronto, Canada, my website was #1 Google search for color analysis, which was awesome because people who were searching back then for color analysis in Toronto, it was a very niche market. And again, not well known and not much competition. People would generally call me because I was first on the list in the Google search, which further expanded my color analysis business. And then those clients sometimes would convert to style and shopping clients. But again, my focus and passion was always behind the color umbrella. In one of Joshua's events, I was sitting beside somebody who has a YouTube channel who has millions and millions and millions of subscribers. And it was in meeting her that I was inspired to start a YouTube channel. And so my first set of videos on YouTube were me recording at Studio Fontana. They were really choppy and I was so nervous on camera, and it likely comes across on the screen in those earlier videos, but that's how my YouTube channel kicked off. It was by meeting somebody who had done that, and then this voice went off in my head, Carol, start a YouTube channel. And that's what I did. Another thing about me is I'm always listen to that voice. And one morning I woke up and I said, well, how do people get on these famous blogs like Huffington Post and things? And I hadn't thought about it the day before. And then in my research, because I had really, really researched this within the span of an hour or two, one of the things was email Ariana Huffington to get into the Huffington Post. And so I did that. And I didn't hear anything back. And then a couple weeks later, I had forgotten I had done that. And then a couple weeks later, I received an email from Ariana Huffington CCing one of her staff members, instructing them to add me to their blogger website, whatever that was. I had a back-end account where I could blog on their website and publish, and their editors would grab it and tweak it and be out there. And so I started writing Huffington Post blogs. I wasn't paid by the Huffington Post. This was just on their blogger platform. And I was always fascinated by the intersection of color analysis and hair and things like, why do people obsess about going blonde when it's so out of harmony with their coloring? Once people go gray, why is there a myth that blonde is the way to go? So I would write about topics on that front. This video is going to run out of time. And so in the next video, I'll continue on with my first few years starting out in hair and color analysis.